Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Thrill of the Fight Agl Beerus. Now this unit is a World Tournament unit that recently got his Extreme Z Awakening as part of the 46th World Tournament that has arrived on Global. His leader skills recovering 2000 HP per key sphere of character's type obtained. He raises his defense 1 turn on his super attack while causing supreme damage and lowering the defense of the opposition. He has attack and defense of 120%, plus an additional attack and defense of 120% when performing a super attack. He gets an additional 60% attack starting from the turn in which he has received the second attack in battle. He launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack starting from the turn in which he receives the fourth attack in battle. And he will guard all attack when all allies attacking in the same turn are Exploding Rage category characters. Now the Exploding Rage category is not the biggest nor the most efficient category, so it's a little bit restrictive basically, but it could be possible on the Realm of the Gods team with a couple Beeruses involved. He has Godly Power, Prodigies, Connoisseurs, the Innocent, Shocking Speed and Sharing the Limit as his link set. And he's on Realm of the Gods, Movie Bosses, Siblings, Bond, Worthy Rivals, Bond of Master and Disciple, Exploding Rage, Space Traveling Warriors, Planetary Destruction, Legendary Existence, and Battle of Fate. Now you don't need his guard to make him super good, but it does really help. But Exploding Rage is a very limited team, so we're going to take a look at him on the Exploding Rage team, and then we'll also take a look at him off the Exploding Rage team. Now at 55% he looks pretty decent as a unit. Attack stats are pretty good, especially after he receives that second attack, getting close to the 3 million mark, which honestly is pretty impressive considering he's a World Tournament unit, so he has pretty low baseline stats. That being said, his defense is also relatively decent after super, crossing the 200k mark, which at the end of the day is really quite good. So overall, I would say he's solid at the 55% level. The big thing is his Exploding Rage requirement is a bit limiting, because like I said, Exploding Rage is just not the category that has enough units to realistically facilitate him. There's no other Beerus or Chomper or any kind of unit to facilitate his link set on the Exploding Rage team, so you're kind of pushing to get things like Shocking Speed or Sharing the Limit, but realistically it's a bit difficult to actually get those high profile links. He doesn't have big web bosses or anything like that either, so he doesn't necessarily link well with some of the other Exploding Rage category units, and Exploding Rage as a category is just a little bit all over the place. So it does make it a bit difficult to find him a good place to run on that team, even though it guarantees him his guard. Now on the Realm of the Gods team, his raw stats look a lot better. Not only do we have access to more of his specific key links, but we also actually just have a solid selection of good level supports that can facilitate him as well. The big thing on the Realm of the Gods team though is obviously there's no guarantee you're going to get that Exploding Rage, which is obviously quite crucial to how big his defense actually needs to be, because guard is a very big defensive factor. Now when Exploding Rage eventually gets a couple buffs, I think then we'll be able to really take a look at how much Beerus can elevate that team, but for now I do think that Realm of the Gods is still going to be his best pick. Now he's competing with quite a few good units, and all Beerus units kind of function the same. You have, for example, the Strength Beerus, who functions very similarly. You have the Physical Beerus, who functions very similarly. So he is kind of fighting against a roster slot, being able to obviously kind of get, a position whereby he can be effective. So that is one of the shames about him, but I think overall he's still a solid-ish pick if you have him at a rainbow level. I think then he'll do maybe close to 4 million in damage, he'll have over 300k defense after super, and there he can be a pretty solid pick, if not a unspectacular one. I just think he's competing with Physical Beerus, who at this point in time is just really good. So with that being said, obviously Godly Power, Prodigies, Connoisseur, very big links. Connoisseur is going to be your main focal point, with maybe picking up Shocking Speed or Sharing the Limit, depending on what kind of key links you want to go for. Prodigies is also relatively accessible, whilst the Innocence is something you're going to probably mainly get from units like Whis and Vardos if you're looking at running him on a Realm of the Gods team. If you're looking at running him on Exploding Rage, you don't have a lot of options, so just look for Shocking Speed or Shattering the Limit, and you can maybe pick up the Innocence from like a Kid Gohan. That's realistically the big pickups on an Exploding Rage team, which is why I'm kind of like not really super keen on running him there. But Connoisseur would be your highlight link, Connoisseur being the best link that he has by a country mile, giving 7 defense and 7% HP recovery. The Strength Beerus and Whis being probably the best unit for him in terms of facilitating that. But they themselves also kind of want to be hit first, so we just have to see. And they're not on Exploding Rage, so you're going to have to factor that in. But with that being said, overall I think he's an interesting Beerus type option. If you don't have another Beerus, he still functions pretty well in that similar role to the physical one, and he could elevate an Exploding Rage team in future, so I'll keep an eye on him. But that's going to be it from me. Bye.